is a chartered engineer with expertise in vocational training and apprenticeship, skill development, NVQ framework, and creative writing. He graduated in 1981 with a BSc in mechanical engineering from University of Peradeniya, Sri Lanka, and obtained an MSc in agricultural engineering from the Cranfield University, England in 1992. He has worked as Deputy Director General of the Tertiary and Vocational Educational Commission and Director Training, NITA, Deputy Principal Industrial Training, and Institute of Engineering Technology, Katunayaka, and Agricultural Engineer, Farm Mechanization Research Center, Mahilupallama. He retired in 2018 after working as a program reform specialist in ADB and World Bank funded skill sector development program. So during his past retirement, he was engaged in drafting national policies for technical and vocational education and training from 2020 to the training for 2020 to 30 for the National Education Commission. So among his post-retirement career, he has published several books also. The most impressed one, Ran Karapati Rekiawak Sandaha Yatura, Rekiawata Piapat Nipurta Pravintave. So we will ready to hear you, and we will ready to gain something, not something, many things from your lecture. It's over to you, Engineer Susantha Suravira. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Shall I share my?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's a problem. Because of, can you hear me?
Yes.
Because of this screen, I cannot go to. What is present here? Okay. Right. Hola, welcome. That audience, I see a lot of known figures, my batchmate, as well as my colleagues from the Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission, as well as my former superior, Dr. Pesiri, also among the participants. I think they also can contribute. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We all can hear you.
We can hear.
Then topic is challenge of skill development in technical occupation at craft level. I selected this topic because technical that all of you are aware of the skill development at graduate level, but technical that the skill development at craft level is an issue. Not like higher education, that vocational training sector has too many diversities. That higher education, for example, we screen and select the student. Here there is no screening. All school drop, all GC, O level, A level, and school drop out. We have to accommodate for the vocational training. Therefore, no uniform admission. As well as there are diverse providers also. Diverse providers, and that post duration also it has been evolved from the pre-independent era. There are so many courses with different duration. As well as fast changes in technology. Therefore, curriculum should vary periodically, very frequently. For example, that automobile mechanics is the best example. Before 20 years, what we taught in automobile mechanics course is now completely changed. Right? Then change in workplace practices also. That workplace practices are that vocational training is directly related to the labor market and workplaces. Therefore, workplace practices also matter for this one. Then we have to provide on-the-job training also for vocational training courses, but non-uniform OJT places. Now our challenge is that all inputs are heterogeneous, non-uniform, but we have to give an output, homogeneous output. That is the challenge. So many challenges. That is priority area, but how to give a homogeneous output with a heterogeneous input. That is the issue. Then now again, if we think about this is taken from our policy paper. These are age cohort. 2004 is analyzed how they are moving at different level. Now, for example, that from the age cohort of about 300,000 grade 1 admission, about 245,000. These are 2004 age cohort. 2004 age cohort. Now I think they have passed out. They have completed their GCA level. About 200,000 for 245,000 will be left without opportunities. Then we have to accommodate them in vocational training. That some of them directly join the labor market as unskilled labor force, and about 176,000 is usually available. But that TVET sector, I think TVET, we call TVET, technical and vocational TVET. TVET means technical, vocational, education and training. These are international jargon used for vocational training, technical education and vocational training. That international jargon is technical and vocational education and training. TVET sector, usually that if I go to next slide, this is our TVET system. TVET system that there are so many institutions, that so many providers. NITA is there, Department of Technical Education and Training, that is Technical College, German Tech, Vocational Training Authority. Then there is a ministry name also changed from time to time. There is a University of Vocational Technology. In parallel, there are so many projects funded by different funding organizations and ADB World Bank funding, as well as German Tech Korea. So many funding these days. Those fundings are not available, but very soon they may come. Then providers, the Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission is the APESC body, means regulatory body like for University Grant Commission. Like that vocational training sector, it is a Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission. Then there are other ministries also. Other ministries also providing vocational training, private sector as well as NGO. Then that TVC bind them together, tertiary to quality assurance framework. Then because this is a diverse system, but unified qualification framework is developed to make it uniform delivery. Then TVC, I have to present the status. TVC has a TVC website, tvc.gov.lk. It has a dashboard. As at yesterday that May 10th, I got a dashboard. There are Government training centers, 528 training centers. Private, 608 training centers. Other means NGO, that type of training centers, 557. As at yesterday, these are the courses. Courses means these are accredited courses. Accredited means quality assured courses. Right? Quality assured courses, that is, they are delivering NVQ. In addition to NVQ, there are so many non-NVQ courses also that count is not available. That is the situation. Usually, annually about 80,000 NVQ certificate are issued by tertiary and vocational education for all different through different institutions. That means government, private, as well as NGO training centers. About 80,000. About 120,000 are enrolled. I think Mr. Janaka Jayalat, current Deputy Director General, is in the audience. I think he can, during the discussion, he can contribute. Then skill workforce. Sri Lanka has about total workforce is about 8.102 million. About 15,000 have received formal vocational training, 15%. That is figure actually that TVC has done a special analysis to Department of Census and Statistics in 1998. This figure is at that time it was 14, now maybe reached 20%. But this figure is not bad. It is in India it is 2%. India it is only 2% because Hindustan Times newspaper, there was an advertisement in 2012 paper. I got it when I visited India. That here you can read only 2% have received formal vocational training. This is about the Indian situation. That our situation is not bad, but still this is not a comparatively that Asian countries, our situation is not bad, but it is not a very good situation. Then skill related issues. In recent past, many industry sectors experience shortage of skilled people. Now, actually, skill shortage is not much experienced because industry is not booming these days. Construction industry is down, so many other industries. Therefore, I don't see that any skill shortage is not reported. But recent past, there was before this economic recession that there was all sectors, hotel sector, construction sector especially had severe skill shortage, even light engineering skill shortage of skilled people. That it is said that growth is hindered by the shortage of skilled people. Not in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka also that many people complain difficult to do the business because skilled people cannot be found. Other countries also say that, but shortage of engineers is not a problem. If engineers are not available, they can be that foreign engineers will be brought by these projects. But skilled people, large number cannot be brought, but they have been brought by China and India. So many legal as well as illegal, but it is a problem. Now, many industries are not functioning well. Many are unemployed at present. Many are unemployed. There are complaints that construction people are saying that they cannot find the jobs. No OJT places in the industry, construction and hotels. Sometimes hotels that our training centers are telling hotels it is not difficult, but construction, no on the job training. But the construction sector, our training also not large numbers. Therefore, it is not a big problem for us, but it is a problem for the industry. Plenty of men work as informal sellers in payment and weekly fares. That there are skill shortage, but so many people in the payment, selling different items. And weekly fare polar, there are so many sellers, plenty. But skilled people for the industry, there is a shortage. Too many three-wheel drivers, there is a complaint. Too many three-wheel drivers, how to reduce them? No sufficient applicant for many courses related to industry sectors with labor shortage. We have courses, but we mean private sector has courses, but no sufficient applicants. Plenty of applicants for Korean jobs. High demand for public sector jobs. Those are the issues. High labor force in agriculture also 27%. That is also large number. It is a political issue. I think developed countries it is 1% or 2%. Germany 1%, England 1%. That developed countries, but Asian countries it is usually even higher than this 27%. But if we want to increase that people for the industry employment, we have to reduce this agricultural labor force. Now there is another saying, poor quality general education lead to poor quality vocational education. Poor quality general education, I don't see that poor quality education is a problem for higher education because they screen and take the people. But vocational training, we are trying to accommodate all drop out from the school examination. Then poor quality general education is a problem for vocational education also. Then labor market challenges. These are about challenges. Need group. Need group means not in employment, education and training. Not in education. 20% of the young people, 22% of young people are not doing a job, not following a course. They are that according to labor force survey. These are the labor force figures. Now you see about total about 19, that latest figure 21 is available labor force survey 19.4, that male 14.4%, these are 24.2%. Numbers are given here, I think you can see it. Then these are need group. That female labor force participation. Female labor force participation is, I think, that is also issue because it is said that if we want to address labor shortage issue, we have to increase female labor force participation. It is about 31% at present. Is a male 71%, male 71%, female 31.8%. That means females are not doing job or not available job. That is an issue because that vocational training we are trying to accommodate develop courses to attract more females, but it is not a vocational training issue or education issue. Usually, female participation rate and GDP per capita follows a U shape. Developed countries, female participation is high. Poor countries also, very poor African countries, female participation is about 80%. That is because very poor people, if they do not work, they cannot survive. When country develop to middle level, that household income increase, but infrastructure do not improve. Then what will happen? Female stop working to look after their children, to attend to their schooling problem, and to look after their elderly people, that type of thing. Because that when income increase, family income increase, usually female stop working. That is a situation. For example, Sri Lanka before 3-4 years, it was 35%. India, now it is about 27% female participation. In 1990, it was about 45% female participation. Now country getting income, household income increase, female stop working. That is the situation that it takes U-shape. Whatever we do, this U-shape cannot be. This is an international analysis. That will not be changed. We cannot find solution for these things. Then about 60% employment in informal sector. Then formal sector is skill shortage because 60% are in informal sector. Formal sector has a problem. Formal sector has a problem. There is another analysis called skill equilibrium. Because skill equilibrium is that there are many production factors like salary, working condition, skill demand, so many things should be balanced. For example, I can remember 1970s when we were children that my parents constructed my house at that time. There were no skill shortage. That construction labor was at that time not very expensive also. That is actually equilibrium stage. It is called low skill equilibrium. Low demand for skill. At that time, that house construction, no tiling, no sophisticated bathrooms, that low level of skill. Poor working condition, working condition, they do not expect much. That low wages also. Supply also not that high. Now situation is different. Now there is a high demand for high skill. High demand for high skill. But working condition is not that improved. Welfare measures also not that high. Wages also there is a complaint, but wages, construction sector, of course, wages are high, but still working conditions are not that high. Therefore, skill equilibrium is broken now. That is the one reason for skill shortage. 1970s, 80s, no shortage, because at that time it was equilibrium stage, but we call it low skill equilibrium. Now it is, we have to go to high skill equilibrium, but it has not happened because of this working condition. For example, you see this, I took this picture in Borella, that open truck construction workers are going. I took this picture from my car, that you can see that Srina Palace at that time, that Srina Palace open truck under the rain. You see that this is rain in my windscreen, there's a raindrop. Under the rain, that construction working conditions are very poor. That if we are not addressing those things, we cannot achieve whatever the salary. We cannot achieve that this high skill equilibrium. Then now you see this, I took from a Singapore paper, male toilet ban for construction crew raises instinct. There is a paper advertisement that constructs that toilet of the shopping mall is banned for construction workers. It is a news. In our country, that type of thing will not be a news, because society is sensitive to those things. But our country, those things are not sensitive. There is another saying in same reading. I came across this one. When employers say there is a skill gap, what they are often really saying is that they can't find the workers willing to work for the pay. Pay means salary. They are willing to pay. Employers are willing to pay. People are not ready to work for that pay. That is a problem of the skill shortage. Then there is another issue, labor market issue. Daily wages are much higher than the monthly wages. Monthly wages are paid in the monthly wages are paid in the formal sector. Formal employment, there is a monthly wage. But daily wage, for example, if we hire a construction worker or any other repair person, daily wages may be 3,500, 5,000, maybe even more. Daily wages are higher. Then what will happen? This technician, this craftsman, soon after passing out, their intention is to go for self-employment. Then formal sector, industries experience shortage. They complain about that after OJT, they stay about 1 year, 2 years, thereafter they leave. They are telling they cannot retain the people. That is the issue. Daily wages are much higher than the monthly wages. Then other thing is low skill. There is a, I use this one, low skill trap. Low skill trap means soon after the schooling, soon after leaving the school, people go for different job in shopping malls and various places, even free trade zone. All unskilled job. All unskilled job. They are getting maybe 30,000, 40,000 rupees per month. At that time, that is attractive. School leaving age, 30,000 is attractive salary. But they do not keep them for until they get retirement. That is only for young age. They keep them. After that they leave, but they do not have skill to find a better job. That is a low skill trap. They stay there. I have spoken to the people in the school leavers are attracted to trade, sales sector employment, such as in shopping malls and supermarkets. These jobs are easy, need no hard skill, offer wages attractive at young age. They know these jobs are short term and they like to follow the vocational training. If we speak to them, they are telling, I came temporary, but I want to follow the training. But they do not have courage because of the money they are getting. They do not have courage to leave. And vocational training also, during training period, there is no such attractive payment. They are both, that is a wage trap, as well as that is also a problem. So many people, what will happen after some time, they leave the shopping mall, they buy a 3-wheel, or else they go to payment as a sellers. Velandapola Arthike Prasarana Veema, this is a newspaper article. There was an article. It says that Velandama, that doing business is more attractive than technical jobs. That is why.
Sorry to disturb you. I think slide is not moving. Sometimes some pictures that you explain have not not come into the screen. There's a message from the members. Sorry to disturb you. Sorry about that.
Maybe then I have to go to other presentation, because I am using hyperlink. Then I will stop sharing, and there is I have, without hyperlink, I arrange another presentation. I will go to that. Give me 1 minute. I will stop share and open other one. Because this is a hyperlink. You may not see the hyperlink. It may not come through the, sorry. Should I repeat that? I get ready with another presentation. Other thing is, Give me 2 seconds. I cannot go to presentation mode. Oh, well, wait a minute. There is a technical problem because I cannot see the presentation mode one. Right. Okay. Now you can see that now, I think.
Yeah, we can see. Yes, yes.
We can see now. Yes, thank you.
You can see the pictures now.
Yes, we can see now.
Because earlier it was in the hyperlink. I had arranged another presentation without hyperlink. Now this is a skill equilibrium. Now you see, you can see that that skill equilibrium, low demand for skill, high demand for skill. That way, shall I? This is the pictures. You can see the pictures.
Yes, yes.
Right. These are Srina Palace. You see Borella that people are going on an open truck. Right. This is a male toilet ban, construction crew raises distinct. Then okay, then this is a Veldapula Artica Prasarne Vima. I explained those things. Then low skill trap. Then I have completed that slide. Then I go to next one. Social and political issues. Social demand, there is a conflict between social demand and industry demand. Social demand is for different type of courses. Industry demand for different type of courses. There is always conflict because our training centers usually have a tendency to respond social demand. We just cannot avoid that. For example, there is a big demand for computer operator level courses. Of course, computer high-end courses, there may be industry demand, but computer operator level, that may not be very high, but still the people follow that. Somehow they find employment also. But there is a social issue. For example, that beauty culture courses, there is a big demand from the females, but they also somehow do the self-employment, but number passing out is comparatively very high. There is another issue. I am telling this one. Skill development, skill problem is horizontal, but demand vertical solutions. Because everywhere that craft level is level 3 and 4, NVQ level 3 and 4, craft level, right? But always demand is for graduate level, how to go to level 5-6 diploma and how to go to level 7 degree. That NVQ framework has 7 level. That 1 to 4 is a certificate level, 5-6 is diploma. That we have established all those facilities, but always demand for this go through this ladder. But 3-4, there is a big issue because those competency levels are not matching with the industry expectation. There is a complaint, but industry also have a role. But this is the problem is horizontal, but always demanding vertical solution from the political side as well as from the society. And we are also trying to, public sector institution also trying to respond to that one. Shortage of skill at craft level as well as an oversupply of graduate with non-marketable degrees. That is an international statement, right? The program being implemented at present. NVQ in operation with qualification progression, NVQ up to level 7. It is a quality assurance system. It is in operation. I didn't bring slide because it is a, I think now it is a, usually people are aware of that. Then institutional training. There are a large number of training centers. In parallel, there is a night apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is an enterprise-based training. That is also, but my opinion, it is not very well branded. It is not very well branded this way. I would say branding apprenticeship. I will come to this slide after showing you this one. Anyway, I will go to other slide and come to apprenticeship. Then private sector training is recognized through NVQ. Before NVQ came in 2005, before that private sector didn't have any recognized, they had training. Even before independence, private sector institution training centers were in operation. Even free education, that vocational training, it is not free, that totally free, that private sector free living courses were there even from colonial period. Then at that time, they didn't have recognized qualification, but NVQ facilitate them also to give a NVQ through their courses. TVT policies are finalized. So many attempt has been done, but my point is that TVT policies are not the issue. Employment, there is country doesn't have employment policy. That is the issue because employment policy, for example, qualification doesn't assure any salary level. Private sector people employed, they do not consider about the qualification. They just employ on a skill. Therefore, young people do not take much interest to take qualification. Sometimes they follow the course, they do not come to final assessment because qualification doesn't matter for them. But later stage, it will come to them when it comes to promotion. But usually, young age they do not bother about. That is because there is no employment policy. Then quality assurance in training and with the NVQ quality assurance, NVQ is NVQ courses. There is a quality assurance system. All delivered through quality assured courses. Accreditation is a must. Then there is a technology stream also in GCA level. University also there are technology faculties that has been started. Then school, there is in parallel development 13-year compulsory education to facilitate vocational training for academically weak students at GCO level. GCO level, when they are weak, school has a system to facilitate vocational training for about 1 year in the school. Thereafter, they are directly absorbed to vocational training center. Then vocational training system always has to go with the industry. That is also critical area because whether industry cooperation always there is a complaint from the industry that about the skill gap. Skill gap means our students do not have fitting skill to the skill to fit to the industry. That is called skill gap. all the time it is a problem. Therefore, so many industry cooperation models are exploding on how to bridge this gap. Latest model is the Industry Sector Skill Council. Industry Sector Skill Council or Industry Skill Council is established because their expectation is to be proactive. We all the time work with industry advisory bodies. Advisory bodies are established. Advisory bodies means when we want advice, we ask them, they give the advice. But even without asking, this Industry Sector Council has to give the advice even without asking. They have to be proactive. It is very expensive, but for Industry Sector Council are established. That I saw in the newspaper. There is an exhibition starting tomorrow on Industry Sector Skill Council at BMICH. Right? This is apprenticeship. I think apprenticeship should be branded. That is apprenticeship means, like all engineers, we have followed the on-the-job training, implant training. That recent time it is organized by NITA. That NITA apprenticeship also similar thing, because they give the qualification through the workplace learning. But in other countries, it is a branded. I got some slides from the UK. Now you see, this is a professional manager magazine I got from the British Council. Good name of apprenticeship is under threat. There is a British magazine. When I go to British Council, that all the British magazine at least have one article about skill development. Our country, we have LMD and some other magazines, but I didn't find any article related to the skill development. But skill development is a major focus of the country. It is discussed very frequently, and apprenticeship is a priority area. Then now you see, recently there was a Heathrow Airport expansion. Heathrow Airport expansion, there was a public protest for this expansion. Then there was an advertisement here. Decision for Heathrow is a decision for apprenticeship. They are putting up that new statement magazine I got from because they are telling that is a Heathrow expansion is an opportunity for apprenticeship. That means public will respond positively if there are opportunity for training. That public opinion is that. But our country, I don't think that so many protests were there in about the so many projects. Nobody talks about the training of apprentices. Then some time back, Donald Trump, I got from the Fortune magazine. He became that celebrity figure. There was a teleseries about the apprentice. He was the main actor. Donald Trump was the main actor. 2004, 2005. That at that time he got the celebrity status because of this teleseries of the apprenticeship. Now you see that apprentices are engraved in those societies, but our country, that I think industry has to play a role, and NITA alone or we alone cannot play that role. Then vocational training has long been the poor relation to academic education, but both the Labour government and now the coalition means Cameroon government coalition have promoted apprenticeship. Both that policy, that government level, all have promoted that one. Right? This is a degree of apprenticeship. Now that some universities, especially in UK city universities, deliver degrees in through apprenticeship workplace learning mode, because workplace learning means employment is assured. Then I come to, I think, my last 2, 3 slides. Skilling industry employees. Now you see that we talk about the skilling school leavers. Vocational training, usually we talk about the skilling school leavers for that is called pre-employment training for school leavers to enable them to find employment. But as I explained, industry, large number, about 80% of the industry employees do not have formal qualification. Therefore, we have to do skilling industry employees. That is a major issue. Major issue. Sometime back, even that we had a project called Skill Sector Development Program, my last assignment. We implemented a training purchase model. Training purchase, because training cost paid by the government, mostly from the private sector training institution as well as from the industry. This is advertisement, expression of interest to purchase in construction trade. You see this advertisement, I got a copy of the advertisement. You see barbinder, construction craftsman, plumber, so many numbers. We call quotation, and private sector, sometime, not all, but response rate is not that good, but few responded. Then government pay, because they train people, they are people, and we expected them to employ them. It is not a compulsory, but anyway, there is a payment for on a certain percentage of employees. Then TVT is not well geared for retraining and further training of industry employees. That is also big issue, because industry employees should be retraining, means they lose the job, especially now recent past, large number lost the job. Retraining for different jobs. Further training means they are doing a job, they need to be trained further to increase their employability. Now there is a Tertiary and Vocational Education Act of 1990, from which NIT and TVC is established, that has well addressed this issue. They have specified retraining and further training should be established, but it is established but at a very low profile. Now I think TVC has issued a circular. It is called flexible learning, and during the project, when I was working in the project, we extended 50% discount for the private sector. 50% discount. For example, this is a advertisement at that time published by the German Tech for air conditioning, refrigeration and technician, that are refrigeration and air condition technician. On the training is on the refrigeration, recovery and recycling. That is issue, not because everywhere it is not happening. Refrigeration, recovery and recycling, refrigeration repairs are done, but refrigerant recovery and recycling is not happening. German Tech introduced a course that you have to pay only half of the course fee. That government paid 50% of the course fee. Response rate is not that high. That was the situation. Then NVQ certification through recognition of prior learning. NVQ certification through recognition of prior learning. Prior learning means that industry already people are employed. They should be given assessment. They should appear for the assessment, can get the certificate. If they get through the assessment, NVQ 3, 4, they can get, they appear. Not 5 and 6, 5 and also 6 also. There are different modalities, all mature candidate route. But those things are available. But about recognition of prior learning, it is called RPL. Only about 5,000 to 10,000 certificates are issued by TVC every year annually. But that is not a good figure, because 80% of the labor force, if technical level maybe 2-3 million, but 2-3 million cannot be reached when we issue a 10,000 per annum. That is also big challenge, because that training of school leavers alone cannot handle this skill issue, because skill workforce is a pride for the country, pride for the industry. That has to be addressed. Then these things I displace. Then last few slides, mega projects. Sri Lanka had so many mega projects from Mahaveli to now you see recent towers and so many things, right? But they should plan skill development in parallel. Now, for example, so many road development were there. Our Upali Malwarache also there. That so many he work in my batchmate. He work in the road projects. We develop a assessment curriculum, national competency standard curriculum and assessment for road construction craftsmen. Some before 2010 we developed it, but couldn't implement. At that time I spoke to Mr. Prem Siri, also the secretary, that we couldn't implement. Anyway, about 2030 certificate was issued through training purchase model. Mark Engineering implemented in their road projects, that I think less than 50 certificate issued. But at that time, if that other countries, for example, many foreign countries have mega project. Whenever they have a mega construction project, they have parallel training project as well. As I got one example from the Crossrail apprenticeship. Crossrail is a underground rail tunnel in UK. Crossrail, Elizabeth line or some line. Now they have apprenticeship project. These are I taken from their website. Now you see Tunnel Vision Crossrail of United Kingdom. This is a website. Moving you forward, Crossrail apprenticeship program. They are telling we are leaving not only engineering marvel, but also a skill legacy to the country. That is their theme, skill legacy. Now our project, because you are all engineers, I think you have to address this one, because all construction projects, at least they have to parallel, they have to implement a training project. But I think there will be another ADB World Bank project. I think they will address this issue. But the construction industry engineers should be cooperative to implement that one. But that my experience is that cooperation is not that was not at appreciable level. Even training purchase model, because they are struggling with their deadline. Training always push back. This apprenticeship Crossrail employment strategy. That is a thing. Thank you very much. I have come to end. Any clarification I can explain if you have any problem. But audience also, there are so many Tibet experts also. Thank you very much. Mr. Sirivardhan, Engineer
Yes.
Sirivardhan.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Engineer Susanta Suravira, and
Yes.
thanks. So during his lecture, he explored many points and issues in the skill development sector. So there may be some clarifications, questions from the audience. So it is now for Q&A session.
Happy birthday.
Hello.
කීයද අවුරුදු? 90 කීයද?
I cannot hear.
94යි. ඉතින් අම්මට දෙන්න.
This is something else.
Something else.
Okay, I'm
Interruption.
sorry about that. Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for very informative, very good presentation. I really enjoyed. I think others, I believe others also enjoyed. the presentation. I think this is not an engineering topic. Sometimes people, engineers, as this is not technical topic, so people might not join this kind of presentation. But while observing your presentation, I understand when we become an engineer, when we want to deliver something, so this question we have to answer. Without that, we cannot, deliver the project. So very, very informative things we learned today. Thank you so much. I have a small question, Engineer Susanta Suravira.
Yes.
Yeah, what do you think about Sri Lanka's this institutional setup? Like, as I know, in the SIDA, Construction Industry Development Authority, in the act, they also have craftsman licensing program, carpenters, barbenders, masons.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The TVAC is the one side. On the other hand, the Public Utilities Commission, they are going to license electricians. So kind of, I don't know whether I'm correct or wrong. I feel like a mess over there. So
Now,
how do you respond? Thank you.
yes, that is true. That is true. That was the situation in the past. Now there is a unified qualification. All have to come into that NVQ framework. Even SIDA programmer delivering on NVQ platform. I think even sometimes they may not give the qualification, but at least they advertise NVQ are delivered, right? That now NVQ is a flexible mode because everywhere it could be implemented. Is that clear to you?
Yeah, thank you.
Still non-NVQ delivery is there. Non-NVQ delivery is there because the NVQ is already always quality assured program, but people are reluctant to go through that quality assurance, saying it is a tedious program. Maybe that type of thing is there, but there is a social demand. It is very difficult to. There is a social demand for NVQ. They at least they advertise as NVQ to get the people in, but at the end they may not give the NVQ. I do not know, but now it is facilitated all private sector places. Yes.
Congratulations, I'm Upali Malwarachi.
Yes.
Congratulations, Engineer Suravira. Now, you mentioned about the skill development in road sector.
Yes.
So currently I am involved in a expressway project. So
Okay.
my observation is that now most of these expressway projects now where these new technology is being used, the contractors, foreign contractors, and especially Chinese contractors, now they don't want to train people, especially in mid-level technical personnel. In our project now, what we have done is that there is some program for training of engineers, young engineers in the consultancy firm, but still the real skill development, I'm not sure whether it is happening in a formal way in the project level. One question I just wanted to ask you about this. You have mentioned that this agriculture sector, the labor force is about 27%.
Yeah.
Is it because our agriculture is still labor intensive, or are there any other reasons? And also, I want to ask now, the development of skills in the agriculture sector, is it categorized as the vocational training?
Yes. Agriculture also vocational.
Yeah.
Agriculture also vocational, but farmer training is not vocational. It is a community-based training. Farmer training, but agriculture also we provide so many courses. For example, agricultural field assistant. Earlier agricultural labor. Now we give a qualification. There is a demand, high demand for that qualification also. There are private sector farms. There is a demand. Then this way. Now regarding that. Training of construction workers, my proposal is when we developing a mega project, it should have separate component for a skill development. Separate fund allocation for skill development.
Yes. Yeah.
That we had fund. We had a ADB World Bank funded project, but still we face difficulties to get a good response from the industry. But not that those mega projects should have a separate project, because now you see so many construction workers are there. Now at the end of the project, what will happen to them? If you give a qualification, at least they can find a job somewhere else, even abroad. That type of intervention should be there, because otherwise that skill legacy will not leave. Other
Yes.
countries, it is happening. For example, Australia, there was a sport complex construction. There was a separate parallel project on skill development. Then that type of thing. Then my other proposal regarding industry employees is actually who will fund for the training of industry people. My proposal is ETF has to fund that. ETF means employment trust fund. They provide a fund for various things. In other countries, for example, Korea, it is employment insurance, ETF employment insurance. They fund people to get their skill upgraded. Similarly, this ETF, Employment Trust Fund, has to provide funding periodically for skill upgrading of their people. Now they are doing funding for many political programs like scholarships, so many other medical benefits, so many things. But major prime requirement is a skill in the people, their membership.
Yeah, I think that this policy can be implemented by including in the contracts itself. Now in the contract documents itself, now there should be a provision for providing training for the craftsman level people. So that aspect has not gone into practice still. Yeah, thank you.
Any other question?
Mr. Suravira, I am Dr. Janaka Chayla.
Yes.
Thank you very much for a very comprehensive presentation and bringing some of the issues that we need to convey to the other general public and engineering audiences.
Okay, thank you, Jaya. Thank you, Dr. Jaya.
May I ask some challenging
Yes.
issue with us, whether you can give some thoughts, because although we have a lot of intake, like 2019, we had 250,000 intake, but there are a lot of dropouts in the system.
2000, how many?
250,000 in 2019. But we had the dropout like 80,000 students.
Yes.
So what is your proposal on that to reduce the dropout?
Dropout is actually inherent feature of the vocational training. Inherent feature means like mid-career changes. Now you see, dropout is not the issue, Dr. Jailat. Even after getting qualification, even after getting technical qualification at craft level, they do not engage in that craft. They go to some different jobs. Because even we are now hearing even doctors and engineers are also changing their careers, no? So
Yes.
many so attractive that recently there was a newspaper item that so many doctors have not sought that internship. That means they are not going for a medical career.
Yes.
Such a thing is happening. That is because these are not a very attractive in that technical education problem is attraction come at later in life.
Yeah.
Beginning, it is not a very high attraction. Therefore, they change it. dropout also same reason. It need career guidance and follow up, and they sometimes feel they are not in the right course. Then we have to follow them and we have to set them for a different course. That type of thing is a requirement, but high dropout is an inherent feature of the vocational training, Dr. Jala. My opinion is that. My
Okay, thank you very
opinion is
much.
actually sometimes they go to job. They go to job. Sometimes they get a dropout means, for example, welding course. After 2-3 months, they find a job. They leave the course
Yes, yes.
because industry doesn't have a employment policy. They are do not expect any qualification. Therefore, that little bit of welding skill, they find a job. That type of thing happening. Therefore, we have to promote this skilling industry employees.
Yes.
That is my opinion. All these are opinion.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
Mr. Surveer.
Okay, Dr. Jarat.
Suravira sir, I am engineer Ranga, former engineer from Labor Department.
Yes.
I think it is better to propose skill training from the EPF, Employees Provident Fund.
Oh,
Without without proposing ETF,
no,
I
no,
think better
ETF,
to, but
ETF. My
already,
point is
yeah.
this:
Oh,
employment trust fund is a employment insurance.
yeah.
For example, Korea,
Uh,
employment insurance. For example, now you see ETF. When a person loses a job,
yeah,
ETF has to pay back. No,
yeah,
ETF has to pay their collection.
yeah.
Right? Now, therefore, they have to assure the employability of their membership.
Mm,
ETF. Now,
okay.
EPF is 55 after
Yeah.
age of 55 only they
Yeah.
can get. Now,
Yeah,
if they lose a
and
job, they
ladies,
can claim the ETF.
ladies,
Therefore,
yeah, 50, ladies 50.
Okay.
Then,
Now you see that Labor Department now, for example, one of our friends was in the Labor Ministry Additional Secretary. I submitted this proposal. At that time, he submitted to the then secretary also, but there was a period secretaries were only for a short duration.
yeah. I can remember.
I think you are very well aware of you are in the curriculum development committee.
Yeah,
Right? You can
NITAC committee.
NITAC committees.
Yeah,
NITAC committees for other members, National Industrial Training Advisory Committees.
yeah.
He is the labor market labor department representative in our most of our committees because they look after the labor, the interest of the labor, no interest of the labor regulation or something in the curriculum. Now I think Mr. Ranga that you can take this matter.
Okay. I have to discuss with at the moment I am in Australia in these days. Then our
Are you retired now? Are you retired?
Next Monday I'll be there in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
I think our our secretary is the former Commissioner General of Labor. I'll try to discuss with this matter with
I
our
can submit a proposal. Earlier secretary, I send a proposal. I can send a proposal.
That time, who is the secretary, sir?
I can't remember that Mr. Zabutantri was an additional secretary that he worked with us and I submitted the proposal to him and he discussed with the secretary, but there was those secretaries had a very short period in
that was happened. Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Sarajamini.
Can I ask a question, Engineer Surveyor?
Yes.
Actually, I just want to highlight another important area where not much of training is available. That is this plastic industry, especially the complete plastic value chain, including the waste management. Because even when it comes to waste management, I think one of the problems we encounter is the lack of skill in the whole plastic industry.
which can result in even higher wastage. So I wonder whether there is any move to, in fact, there was a model suggested following a model like in India, they have the SIPET, where they have all over the country, they have SIPET, but they do it with the industry also. Where the time to time the plastic industry training is provided.
Okay.
If you like, comment on that.
Shall I comment?
Yes, please.
We have the national competency standard and curricula and assessment for rubber processing machine operator and plastic processing machine operator. Right, that was developed in 2005. Right, it was waiting without implementation for a long time, but that there is a plastic institution, that polymer institution somewhere around Rajagiriya, plastic rubber institute, no rubber. That we had a discussion with them also. Now we call a quotation to implement these courses under our training purchase model, right? Then one company quoted, and they got a quotation, that is a who manufactures solid tires. I can't remember the name. Solid tires, Ginasena, earlier it was Ginasena, now it is a different name. In Jayal area.
Yes.
Company name I can't remember. Solid tires.
Lodestar.
Yes. Lodestar got the quotation for rubber processing machine operator. But not plastic. That curriculum is ready now. Dr. Janaka Jala, Deputy Director General of Tertiary and Vocational Education, is here. Anybody can take that one, and I think it can be implemented.
Thank you. I think we can follow it up, because I was involved in the National Action Plan for Plastic Waste Management, and especially in the down the line, like recycling, which is becoming very important. Okay. You find that people are doing all sorts of things because of lack of training.
It may be possible to revise that curriculum and include the recycling aspect also. You may contact Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission. Dr. Janak Jalat is here. Jalat.
Yes, you may contact us. Please send us an email. So we'll have a kind of a meeting, and we'll do some joint work to improve and make some solutions to the issue.
Engineer Suravira, I am Yasiri.
Yes, Dr. Viziri. Yes.
Yeah. Now
it is I am very proud you are here, that any difficult question could be answered by you.
No, it's very good. Actually, you gave a very good, insight into the Tibet sector, as well as the labor market and industrial issues. And this is a very enlightening lecture. Just one thing, this skilling of existing workforce is one of the prime important aspects. Yes. And this was identified even some time ago. Yes. And an institution called Skills Development Fund was created looking at this particular aspect. Yes. I do not know how far it had been successful, but what is your vision for this Skills Development Fund in the present context? Yeah.
It is good that I forgotten to include that earlier. When I was thinking, I wanted to tell something that it is good that you highlighted. Now, for awareness of the other membership, I will tell that there is an institution called Skill Development Fund. It is a company under our ministry. It's a company. It was established in somewhere around 99 or 98 when Professor G.L. Pires presented a budget. He allocated 100 million for this institution as a seed fund, and now they are doing it, but real purpose is, I think, lost. In the beginning, it conducted, Dr. Pires, very good program. We have discussed earlier. They
Yes,
conducted the training of rubber tappers. Rubber tappers,
right.
right? Because big plantation, rubber tappers means gilding of that latex, not rubber, rubber kiri.
Yes, it's a highly skilled job. Yes,
Highly skilled job.
yes,
Because they are both, but we don't have trainers for that one. They did the survey, and they identify that rubber tappers who give the highest yield. Then they were chosen as trainers, and they trained in others. That way, that industry paid for that one, right? Some positive results, I think, generated through that. That skill development fund is established to make industry intervention, especially to increase the productivity. But that now it is not happening. But former chairman, when Mr. Pintu was the chairman, I met him and I submitted my proposal, and he was short, only stayed there only for a short period. No, now
yes,
they are doing very short courses like NIBM, SIDA. They are conducting very short courses, and they are just earning something for their living. They have that is what they are doing. But they have big potential. Other thing is there is another aspect. Now, for example, Tibet institution cannot deliver these courses because of government regulations.
yes.
They cannot charge money, they cannot pay to the staff, so many things. But they can deliver those courses through skill development fund. Skill development fund is a company. Then that also one of my proposal, but it was not implemented. Other thing is actually this training purchase model. Who will do the earlier? It was done by project. In long term, who will do the training purchase?
Yes,
It has to be done by the skill development fund.
correct.
But,
Yeah, this has operational flexibility, and that must be used for the best, possible way to take this, the skilling of the existing workforce. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Ravile. Yeah.
Mr. Suravira, may I ask?
Yes.
Yeah, first, 1,000 apology. I missed right from the beginning, but later Tamara told me, right? As usual, I am trying to promote, or we trying to promote this plumber license system, trade license system. PVC has given already 8 to 10,000 NVQ 3 level certification. But whereas in the industry, we don't have organized plumbers available for the, say, something like 2.8 million NWHDB customers, plus other rural water, altogether 3 million.
Okay.
Yeah. What should we do?
I think Dr. Janaka Jalat, I think TVC, you had a discussion with the water board also regarding that. Now water board is now delegated that power, no?
Yes,
Conducting
actually they are
assessment.
given with the RPL authority now. So
Authority.
they can do the certification thing and do some gap filling. After gap filling, they can do the certification of the industry people.
Because Mr. Sarajamini, now I think TVC did a very good thing because they delegated RPL authority for industry-led bodies. That water board is an industry-led body for the water industry. Now you have the authority to conduct. That is to actually expedite this industry certification process with the, of course, with the gap filling. I think still initial stage. I think that will go forward a little bit fast. Rajavini.
No, my question is, now still we have 8,000, mainly coming from VTA.
Okay.
But whereas consumers, we have 3 million, they cannot find a good plumber.
Yes, yes.
That
That
is the
is-
issue. Whole
that is
purpose
the-
of this technical skill development program is to, one side, this fellow needs employment opportunity.
Yes.
Other side, the people need the service of skilled personnel.
This is actually this way. Plumbers are available. Plumbers are available, as you mentioned. If there are 8,000 plumbers are available. But problem is, people that if we establish a network or something, people will contact, but they have to develop some credibility. Because people always, because of this network are available, people do not trust them very well. They take plumbers on personal recommendation only. That is the thing. If we can network these 8,000 people, 8,000 plumbers, I think and establish as a credible plumbers, the people will take them. I think system has to be evolved. I think the
Yes.
other thing of that, my point is this, Saraj Jamini, the Australian friend, recently there was a presentation, Australian participant came, they told they have a technician culture, Australia. Technician culture means so many vehicles along the road with the word technician, all vehicle, technician. That our country also there are vehicles driven by the driven by the technician. For example, AC servicemen always come with a vehicle, but there is a no board or something like that. We have to advertise that type of promotion is required. Some technician culture has to be promoted. Everywhere on the road, technicians are moving. That type of thing has to be established. That recently there was an NGO discussion with me. I also told them that that type of thing should happen, because some technician culture, that vehicles, where they have vehicle, they are coming with motorbike, or some majority of them have vehicle, but the vehicle do not have any board or something like that.
Right.
That is my proposal.
I agreed that to something. We don't have that culture. Now this mechanics, say garage. There are garages under the trees.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't know whether they have qualified people. Now I think they are also going to do license system. As you say correctly, we have so much of investment in this country. 13th year education, say Bhadravitana and all, they are trying to promote young fellows to come into this stream. Whereas Dr. Polvat and TVC, others, they have given license for 8,000. Water board also given RPL and all. Finally, the most important part is, but that's what I'm trying. Can we get a plumbers, or can we recommend our 3 million customers? Each provisional level, say team wise or divisional secretariat wise. This is, I think, Surabhi, I am also trying to do that part. That is very difficult at the moment.
Yes.
People in each institution that we do only this, we can give license. So one day if SIDA can come out and insist trade license system and with local authority, then there will be recognition. What do you think?
Yes.
For the plumbers. Plumber license. That's what house connection. Then
Yes.
That kind of one.
No, licensing system should come.
Yeah.
Licensing system should come, as well as that it should be established as a credible system. That is a requirement. I think with your effort, I think it will come, but problem is it will come, but problem is a period, time period.
Time period, yeah.
That is the issue.
Right. Next one, Suri, why 13th education program? I think they have identified 35 subjects, but not domestic
Not
plumbing. That was, I was really worried.
Plumbing now this way, they could be absorbed to plumbing. That after they complete their general course in the school, anybody willing to come to plumbing, that plumbing courses are available in with the institution, they can be absorbed. That is not an issue. But as you mentioned, it is better plumbing also as added as a module. That is good. If we can, but you tried a lot, no, with the.
Yes, I wrote cabinet minister to cabinet minister level memo, second to the second level memos and discussion.
It may revive again.
To promote also.
That 13 year may revive again. Let us see.
Yeah. Mama Hitwinu, I told at that time education secretary was none other than my friend Sunil Hettiara.
Yes.
I told when you were, at that time, you were Dorota Verma of these two books, no? On that day also told, make a 5 bars in the dying career. They made, I don't know whether they have thought of,
No, that was the problem with National Education, National Institute of Education. They are the one who developed the curricula.
Yeah.
National Institute of Education, they are the one who developed that curricula. They have not taken all the proposal. That may be the reason. Dr. Pizri may be aware of this issue, I think. Dr. Pizri?
Yes, Engineer Sudhavira. Yeah, I think there are. I know the earlier development of this 13-year schooling program. That many problems, and after that we gave a report after having a study, and there had been certain changes that they have implemented based on that report. Now this particular one, that the plumbing is not part of the 13-year one of the occupations identified, that is not, I was not aware of that. I think we can bring this to the notice of the Ministry of Education and ask them to include it. I will contact the director there and bring this point up.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Is there any questions? Are there any questions?
Question or clarification?
Yes.
Very dangerous question. May I ask Mr. Suravira?
Yeah.
Now, there are some technical courses, they are charging. Now, say NDES. So now technical colleges also. Those days they give 500 rupees for the students also.
Yes.
They didn't complete the courses also. Should be charged and give some loan for the students, like Australia.
Shall I
Sure.
give my opinion? Because I am not in a public service. Thereafter, Dr. Jayalat may give a official answer. Now, my opinion is this. Now, Tibet, there should be course fee policy. Course fee policy. Problem is, this is happening because there is no course fee policy. In fact, when I was in the project, one requirement was to develop a course fee policy. I developed it. At that time, that was the 2016. At that time, Minister was Mahinda Samarsinghe. He wanted to introduce free education to vocational training also. He made all courses free, right? Then because of the then government lost lot of revenue. Now because of this financial crisis, again they have started charging very high fees. Now my opinion is this, that vocational training should have a course fee. That because if there is a course fee only, people give a serious thought to that. When it is free, there was a period that course fee was free from 2016. There was a complaint they experienced a very high dropout. Very high dropout means people with the good A-level, O-level get admission to the courses. Thereafter, they get another opportunity, they leave the course. By the time they leave, that other deserving student lose the opportunity also. Now you see deserving case, because of the free of charge courses, deserving student, that poor student lose because O-level failure means poor student. Because those that poor families, they don't have tuition and those things, O-level family background, they usually majority of poor people get that majority of failures, O-level failures are poor people, right? But because of the free education, that free vocational training, that with a good grade, GCO level, A-level good grade people also get admission, poor people lose the opportunity. Then what will happen? Other people leave the course in the middle. That happened, right? Therefore, because people should give a serious thought, therefore course fee should be there. At the same time, equity. Equity means it should not be a barrier for poor people. Course fee, because now our policies, there is a policy called accessibility. That accessibility policy. If there is a course fee, that people from Samurdhi families and those people should be given free access. People with disability should be treated separately, right? Even gender bias, that gender female should, to attract female, some concession may be given. That type of course fee policy should be available. But if it is free means, totally free means poor people lose the opportunity. That is my opinion. Dr. Jayalata or Dr. Pesari can comment, I think.
I have asked another question. Dr. Jayalath is also here. Now, this good name for the craftsman.
Yeah.
In pipe and mechanical
Yes.
bar. That is also a problem. And I can remember we were discussing it with TVEC also. To give a good name, management assistant to clerk. So similarly, we have to find a good name.
Names are changed in our certificate. Problem is it has not penetrated to the diffused to the society. Now we do not say mason. It is construction craftsman. Construction craftsman within bracket mason. Plumbing also same circular. Dr. Pesari's time that was issued. Construction craftsman plumbing. I think plumbing it has not gone, but masonry certificate all going construction craftsman. It can in singular idikirim shilpi. It can that when they for example identity card all get now, for example, we all engineers, whether mechanical, civil or whatever it is, engineers. Like that, whatever the mason or carpenter, it is construction craftsman. It is the what they get in the identity card or passport, right? Within bracket mason is there. That changes, that circular, that certificate I issued that way, but concept has not gone to the society yet.
Yeah, Sure. Now plumbing technician, now computer technicians are there. Very popular name.
Yes.
But plumbing technician.
I
And
think it's
even this,
possible. It is possible. Technician, now technician name, there's a different argument.
yeah,
But internationally, technician, that even while referring this book, I come across this one. Who is technician? Technician is a pre-bachelor level. It says technician singaling කියන්නේ කාර්මිකඥ. කාර්මිකඥ. That technology කියන්නේ තාක්ෂණිකඥ, that is කාර්මිකඥ. That එහෙමයි තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි මේ the level 3-4 courses, some courses technician is used, but I think it can be adapted technician. There is no issue, I think. Some courses it is, for example, mechatronic, Dr. Jailat, mechatronic, what is the name used? Mechatronic technician, mechatronic technician. I think a mechatronic technician. You develop the NCS, no? Mechatronic technician.
Yes. Industrial mechatronic technician.
yeah.
That is, yeah.
We were discussing with Mr. Jailat also with the TVC. In fact, he asked me to find a good name.
Yes.
That is also
I
Mr.
asked,
Jailat. Yeah. Still, I am looking for a good name. I suggested Sida also. Go back and get the TVC approval and got a good name. මේ පයිප් භාෂා හින්දා තමයි ප්‍රශ්නේ මේ.
Oh.
නමක් දෙන්න ඕන. අපි අමතක කරන්න ඕන අපි තියෙන ඔය හයිරාකි අරව මේවද.
හැබැයි මේ බාස් කියන එක මම මේ කොළඹ ටැක්සි එක දැක්ක ත්‍රිවිල් එක ඒක බාස් කියලා මිනිහා අර අපේ කල්චර් එකේ මිනිහා මොකක් හරි බාස් කියලා තමයි ගහගෙන යන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ බාස් කියන්නේ good name. It is a boss mean boss. බාස් කියන එක ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ මේ
head boss is there.
බොස් කියන එකෙන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. මම ඒක TVC newsletter එකකටත් මම ඒ ආටිකල් එකක් ලිව්වා, පොඩි note එකක් ලිව්වා. Boss has come from the boss. ඒක තිබුණේ මේ management today magazine එකේ තිබුණේ boss is a boss. සමහරු ඒක pride.
My issue is still some countries use plumber and carpenter, but they have recognition in their countries.
Yes.
Yeah, Australia, අපේ රටේනේ කියන්නේ, about couple of years back, I asked from these students. First, they say the qualifications have been lowered. Then 8, අමට pass වේවා. That is one concern. Other one is nurse කෙනෙක් ඇමරිකා කරන්න බෑ නිසා හොඳ නමක් නැහැ නේ. මේ පයිප් භාෂිකරු දෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ. Simply, that is how they look at it. Nurse කෙනෙක් කරගන්න බෑ, ගුරුවරයෙකුට කතා කරන්න බෑ. මේක පයිප් භාෂ වෙලා. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ ඒවත් තියෙනවා.
අපේ country එකේ ගොඩක් changes ඒ attitudinal area එකේ වෙන්න ඕන. සරත්. උදාහරණයක් ඇට කියනවා නම් දැන් UK ඇමරිකා ඒ රටවල වල degree එක කරලා GPA එක අඩු වුණොත් they come to vocational training. Right? කියන්නේ poor GPA කියන්නේ they cannot find a job. Then they come to vocational training. It is called reverse transfer. ඒකේ තියෙන reverse transfer කියලා ගැහුත් මම හිතන්නේ එනවා. මම මේ පොත්වල කියවම දැන reverse transfer. It is happening. The Dr. P. Dhanna Australia situation එකත් so many graduates are enrolled for degree courses, vocational training courses. So many graduates, because when they fail to get a job.
Right. Thanks, Mr. Surabira and Ape.
Even Australia, they have a degree.
What is? Dr. Jalat, yes.
Yes, when Australia, the university graduates are doing TAFE courses.
TAFE courses. TAFE means they have vocational training system. Make a TAFE kilni kyanni. Yes.
Are there any? Who is there? So is it okay to wind up?
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Engineers, I think engineers will have to will have a role in skill development area.
Yes, so we have to thank Engineer Susanta Suruvira for his clear presentation. And at the end, we had a very good, fruitful discussion, exploring very focused issues in the industry, this sector. So thank you very much, and thank you participants as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Useful dialogue.
Thank you, Dr. Pizri, Dr. Jalat, Upali, my batchmate, all Dharmasiri.
Thank you, Mr. Surveyor. I'm also here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, bye.
Bye.